Hello, everybody. How you doing today on this found Tuesday? Not gonna lie, it kind of feels like a Wednesday to me. But that's mostly because I streamed on Sunday because that was my birthday. So yeah, we doing Cuibinur. My main goal is oh god. Well, I need to do a lot of grinding. Because I need to acquire just all the materials. Like, so many materials. So... cheese craving! And prawn craving. Also, I do have a kitty with me. She is munching. Hi! She just looks at me like, what does my human want from me? But yeah. That's kind of like the main thing I'm doing. Today. I hiccuped. Sorry about that. So we must go to the ruins. Hey! That's pretty good. Nice. I need a lot of this anyway. So, yeah. So, I finished the eye for my VTuber model. Well, my 2.0, if you want to be specific. And I'm pretty much done with the mouth form and mouth shape. So all I need to do is the eyebrow form. And then I need to do all of the V-Bridger stuff for the mouth. And then I should be good. Like, with all that. So, yeah. I think for some of it, I can probably, like, do it on stream while just constantly looking at my current model that I'm using right now. Like, as a guide. So, yeah. That is the plan. Luckily, as I've done all of this before, I should be able to get this done somewhat quicker than, you know, my current model, because this model took me like half a year to rig. Like, about a year or two in total to make. Which, for some of y'all are probably going like, damn, that's a long time to make a model. But consider, I was doing that along with all my school stuff, because I started making that model like during my first semester of college. And it took me like a year in total to make the whole rig, the whole art for the model. Part of it is because I was, you know, making edits in real time. And to, like, the outfit and stuff. Am I related to Skelly Pops? I do not know who Skelly Pops is. So, probably not. I am related to a Jay the Caffeinator, but not a Skelly Pops. But yeah. You look surprisingly similar. I'm going to look this up. Oh. A fellow VTuber. I can see why you think we are similar. Because of, you know, the black and purple. But I do not know who Skelly Pops is. And they're like about 9 years older than me, so we are, if we are related, yeah, so weird coincidence, yep, just a weird coincidence. And I'm not really all that active on Twitter anymore, so I never really encountered them. It just happens to be that we are both Skellies and we both use the colors purple and black in our designs. In like a similar way. But hopefully when my 2.0 is around, we won't look so similar. So yeah, it's just coincidence that we end up looking alike. It's shrimply a coinkydink. Yippee! Also, the name is Simulator. There too. Alright, it's Simulator. But yeah. I might, probably like in a bit, once I'm, you know, no longer dungeoning, I might show my current progress on my model. Anyway, how it's doing? It's doing quite well. I had a kitty with me all night who was just like demanding attention from me and biting my fingers and my hands because she wanted me to pet her while I was trying to sleep. She's very sweet. But she does like spending a lot of time with me. Because, you know, usually the cat who attacks her the most rarely goes into my room because the door is usually closed. So she likes spending a lot of time with me. Due to that. But yeah. I am sort of well rested. But I still have yet to fix B127's arm. I need to fix him still. Even the Discord server I'm in with some Transformers fans I know, they were even just like, what did you do? Because apparently I did fuck up that severely. I'm gonna figure out how to fix him. So, yeah. I messed up quite severely on the arm, but he's pretty much almost done anyway. He's just temporarily an amputee. I probably need to post that on Tumblr too. Like my big ol' fuck up with making the model. I might need to like edit it in Clip Studio Paint. Wait, no, not Clip Studio Paint! I meant CapCut! God damn. I'm way too artist coded. I forgot about CapCut. I mean, I could probably do some of it in, you know, Clip Studio Paint. Or probably, like, make some kind of thumbnail. In, you know, or like some silly art. I'm just holding his arm that is just broken in several places. It just... I could probably, like, sketch it out. Actually, I'm gonna go sketch it out. Using a pen. looks very bad. But it is meant to be like a sketch anyway. I probably need to go look through the whole, like, part of stream where I was assembling him. Because I did that during, like, the first hour of my birthday stream. So I'm probably going to, like, look through that, find the part where I just absolutely destroyed his arm, and clip it, download the clip, and then, you know, figure out a way to edit it in Clip Studio Paint in a way that it, you know, CapCut, in a way that is kind of funny. And, like, vaguely comedic. Maybe I'll probably add, like, sad violin into it. The most... Maybe, like, add the sad hamster and just caption it as me when I accidentally destroy my model kit trying to put the part on. It would be a little funny. And eventually I will post the model kit when I finish him. AKA when I figure out how to put his arm back together. I honestly find it very ironic that, you know, I kind of messed it up. Despite having done model kits before, I somehow messed it up. I mean, to be fair, I'm not used to YOLO Park model kits. So maybe that's probably why I kind of messed it up that severely. God damn it. But yeah. It's kinda like what I need to do. Wait, is my door closed? It's not. I was wondering why I heard Rob so clearly. Rob is the Roomba, by the way. How do I fuck up this severely, y'all may ask? It's simple. I have a disability, that impede my hand-to-eye coordination. I am disabled, and therefore, I will fumble. But it does make for good content sometimes. And here is one important aspect about disability and making content. The only person who can justifiably milk your own disability for content is yourself. So you can milk your disability for content and views all you want because it's your disability. And therefore you have a lot of things you can milk it for. Like story times. About, you know, certain aspects of like being disabled. And like disabled life. Like, for example, talking about... I know for me, something that I can probably, like, do is kind of, like... talk... Yeah, it's time to milk my disabilities for content! Indeed. Milk it for content. Milk it all for content. Because you can do it in a way that is educational. Thank you for the lurk. I am now at full inventory. 1 second. Time to dispose of things that I don't really need. I must keep the cheese, for the reckoning of the cheese is upon us near. I don't know, words. Words are hard. I'm gonna change position so my back is not hurting as severely. But yeah. As something I probably need to do is, you know, make a clip of that blunder of mine, and with my model kit. Because it was a very known blunder. It's the chicken! Un chicken. Alright, we're almost done. But yeah, that is like something I can probably like do, just milk my disability for content. Just like, just talk a lot about disability. And just like, I can probably also make like shit posts and stuff involving my disability too. Like make a bunch of art shit posts about like being disabled. And probably, like, talk about some of my experiences, you know, with, you know, some of my IEPs and, you know, going to ESY and stuff. Because, of course, some people don't realize how fucked up and traumatized some of us are because of the education system. So I can probably, like, milk that for content. The milking for content thing is mostly a joke. I kind of just want a justification to, like, talk about being disabled. That is just... That is it. That is the only main reason why. Just like... It's just... I can probably like talk about being disabled. And probably like... some experiences I had, you know, before I got my autism diagnosis. And how it should have been more obvious. Probably like... I could probably like title one of them as my autism should have been obvious to those who know the traits. And just talk about how according to my mom, I showed like some of the more traditional, aka stereotypical, well, symptoms and traits of autistic people, but somehow did not get diagnosed until I was in middle school. I will talk about it. And if anyone accuses me of trying to milk my disability for content, and I'm just going to probably clap back with something like, at least I'm not exploiting someone else's disability. The The disabilities are all my own. And therefore, no one is really being harmed by, you know, all my content. In terms of, like, me discussing disability. Because it's just me talking about, you know, my experiences as, you know, a disabled person. And I feel like it could be a good way to, like, help encourage others to, you know, share their perspectives on being disabled too. Like, especially since, you know, disabilities are, like, very much spectrums. I feel like having multiple people kind of, like, able to share their own experiences, even if it's not, like, in a way that's monetized, because I know I'm not at all, except on Ko-fi. I still need to set up my PayPal for VGen. Unfortunately, my current ID is, if it hasn't already, it's expiring soon, since, you know, it's the under 21 one. So I probably need to go to the DMV with, you know, my parents again to go update my ID. That is, of course, something that will happen in the future. In fact, I probably need to ask my mom or dad to help set up the appointment and for, you know, getting my ID updated. And to kind of, like, reflect that I am old enough to consume the alcohol. So, yeah. I mean, part of it is, you know, that I can probably, like, talk about a lot of things if I'm, like, because, talking about disabilities, I can talk about a lot of them. Like, a lot of the ones that, you know, I experienced and, you know, currently experience as, you know, someone who was kind of in, you know, the American school system. And I have a bunch of stuff I can probably, like, talk about too. Like, you know, about what events led to the Americans with Disability Act has been, you know, put in place. It's pretty fascinating, I mean, actually. Because it was like a protest that led to it. And, you know, I just feel like I can talk about how, you know, disability, as I am disabled myself. I can probably even talk about mobility aids, even. And probably like make short for just being like, please feel free to make disabled characters. But also, keep these things in mind when making your disabled character. You know, stuff like not making their entire character about their disability, which is something so many people do with autistic characters. Like, do they have any other traits other than being autistic? They're just autistic. That does not help. That does not help our representation in the media. Because a lot of people just make being disabled some characters' only traits. And that's bland as fuck. Like, what about... The big thing is about, you know, making characters is that you have to give them personality. Because you want them to be, like, very one-dimensional. Which, if you want to do that, I guess you can, but we are going to be judging very severely, even. That, and if you do, fuck words. And if you try to, like, and if you actively end up spreading misinformation, like, purposefully, that comes from hate, we're gonna judge you even harder. Like, if anyone mentions, like, hey, I have this autistic OC, or like, I want to make an autistic character for a story, do you have any advice? I'm going to give you advice. But also, the biggest thing is, you know, cruise the actually autistic tags on social media. Because that's going to be the best place to learn about, you know, autistic people. And, you know, how varied the spectrum is. But one thing that y'all should know about autism is that the traits can clash. Like, they can clash very hard. Like, take me and my brother as an example. So, for me, I am like, kind of like a more stereotypically autistic person. Like, when most people think of autism, they kind of think, like, stereotypically, like, I'm a stereotypical autistic. Like, you know, like what would have been referred to as, you know, quote-unquote, Asperger's before the DSM-5. That's the kind of part of the spectrum I'm in. And my brother, on the other hand, he is very loud. He struggles with, you know, controlling his volume. He kind of stims a lot, vocally. And just the big thing about him is that he is boisterous and, like, very loud. But somehow, he got diagnosed way earlier than I had gotten mine. Like, he got his diagnosis before I did. And that kind of makes me rage a little bit. Like how? How did I not get diagnosed until I was in my teens? Like, I did not get my diagnosis until I was 13. I was in middle school when I got my diagnosis. My brother, I don't think he was even in preschool when he got his. Yet somehow, he got his diagnosis first. Well, to be fair, I was like 2 years old when he got diagnosed, but I did not get my diagnosis until, like, I was 13. I was a teenager when I got my autism diagnosis. There's also a bit of a horror story I have with, you know, my autism diagnosis. With, like, a very, you know, shocking thing that the person evaluating me so, like, basically, for lack of better words, the person doing the evaluation infantilized me. Like, literally bringing out how toys that, you know, kids in, like, elementary school would play with, but she brought them out to a middle schooler. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, my mom was there watching me get evaluated, and she was shocked when the person evaluating me, he did that. Like, she was shocked. You know, partially at the audacity. It was very bad. Like, you can do that to a little kid. I'm fine with that, but don't do that to a literal teenager. Like, we don't have the minds of little children. Like, we're not permanently in, you know, the minds of literal children and teenagers all the time. Some of us are really, really old. Like, I know my grandpa, even though he never got diagnosed, he very much shows autistic behavior, and he's in, like, his 70s. But I didn't really have, like, the self-advocacy skills that I sort of have now. So I did just that, and I didn't really know much about autism until, like, the pandemic, when I really started learning about the autistic community, like perusing the actually autistic tags. Like, I did not realize that that was the one very fucked up thing to do to a teenager who is trying to get evaluated for a disability. Like, depending on, you know, the age of the person and who you're trying to evaluate for, you know, autism, maybe don't bring out kids' toys? And try to play with them? And I remember the toys, his were superhero toys. Like, I believe that the evaluator gave me the Wonder Woman toy. They were like action figures, I think. They're like kids' toys. Like, the sort of stuff I probably would have played with if I was, like, in elementary school, but I was, like, literally in the middle of middle school. I think this was, like, between the time I was, like, during the summer before I was doing my last year of middle school. So that makes it even more appalling, because I was going to be a high schooler soon. Like, what the hell? Like, that was a little fucked up. But yeah, I will definitely be... I can probably, like, use that as an idea for a YouTube short. Like, I'm probably going to title this, "Do not do this when evaluating a teenager for possibly being autistic." Like, just don't. Don't bring up toys. In fact, I feel like a lot of autistic people would probably be able to make better, or, you know, ways to evaluate someone who, like, might be autistic than, you know, the people who were, you know, doing my evaluation in the first place. Like, sometimes you can look at someone and just be like, yeah, they're autistic. Like, no real... But we're only going to evaluate them for formality reasons. And sometimes it can be kind of harder to, like, figure it out. Like, because not all autistic people have the same traits. Like, some of us, you know, have clashing traits. It's from each other. Like, my brother and I, like, my brother is, some of his autistic traits directly clash with mine. Like, he struggles with keeping his volume low. I struggle with sensitive hearing. It's just hell. It is hell on earth. So, yeah. That's kind of like one of the big things about, you know... That's like the one thing I remember from when I got my diagnosis. Like, the audacity. Like, would you do that with an adult who is old enough to have alcohol? You probably wouldn't bring out the toys. That are, you know, made for children. And it's probably a bad idea to do that with a teenager. Because they probably want to be treated in a way that is not like being reduced to just a little kid. Like, if you were evaluating a kid, you could probably bring out the action figures and toys. But if you're like evaluating a middle or high schooler, they probably don't want to do any play with toys as a part of the evaluation process. I know I didn't, but they did it anyway. Because they probably assumed I, you know, was mentally younger than, you know, my actual age. Which is stupid. Like, who would do that? Neurotypicals, apparently. I could probably make a meme about that. So the one with the crying girl. Like the crying anime girl. And just have it be titled like please, please treat me like my own age during this. And then just have the fucking soy jack. I'd be like, haha, you were playing with toys as part of the process despite you being 13. Hee-ho. Sometimes I wonder what goes on in neurotypical people's heads, you know. Like, do they ever stop to think maybe we shouldn't be treating literal teenagers like they're in elementary school? If they're like if they're like not fooling around and like being idiots. Like, would it be such a bad idea to try and treat people their own age? Like, especially when, you know, they aren't mentally capable of being treated like a teenager. Like, I feel like that's not too much to ask for. You know, to have autistic teenagers, like presumably autistic teenagers, be treated like teenagers during the evaluation process. Like, is it really that hard to treat teenagers the way they want to be treated? Like teenagers. I mean, that, and to be fair, I think my evaluator was not autistic. I'm pretty sure if, you know, my evaluator were autistic, the guy would probably not have that experience. Because, like, that was infantilizing. That was humiliating. Like, nobody in their right mind would do that to a neurotypical teen. Then why do that for a neurodivergent teen? You know? Why do that to a disabled teen when he wouldn't do that sort of treatment for a teenager who wasn't? I do not understand it at all. But yeah. As you know, my main gripe with when I got my diagnosis, you know, being treated like a kid, or like being treated like I am mentally younger than, you know, who I am. Like, that is, like, really weird to do. Also, a lot of autistic traits can also evolve. Like, some of it is like, you know, not being able to do eye contact and then being able to do eye contact. That, and partially it's because, you know, when we hear or make eye contact, we kind of think, like, literally look into their eyes. Like, stare into their eyes. Instead of just, like, looking in the general direction of their face. We misinterpret it. Which is probably the most autistic thing we could ever do. Other than just, you know, being autistic. Like, it's tough being neurodivergent in a world that isn't friendly to neurodivergent people. Like, especially in big cities. Where, you know, a lot of people, like, where it's, like, very, very loud out there. With, like, you know, honking horns. And, you know, stuff like that. Just like, you know, that sort of thing. I mean, in my case, I live in the suburbs. I've lived in the suburbs my entire life. And fortunately, we don't really get that many noise complaints. These are like super loud parties going on. Like, most of the party, I don't think there's been a lot of parties, you know, in my neighborhood. Or if there were, I did not know about them. Because I never really socialized a lot in my, you know, high school years. Like, I was never really invited to parties as a teenager. Like, I wasn't invited to such things. And honestly, I, prefer that. Because I know some of, the people, well, I graduated with, and, were in my classes, drank underage. And I know for me, would have snitched. Or just, like, call them idiots. It's for, drinking underage. And I like to mention that the drinking age in the United States, since, a lot of the people I know who, watch me are European. And if you're wondering why our drinking age is 21, it's because of drunk driving. Basically, back in, like, the previous century, back when the law said that you had to be 18 and not 21, there were a lot of incidents of drunk driving. Like, oftentimes, drunk driving that was lethal and caused deaths and stuff, I think. Probably on, like, major highways, too. And because of that, they increased the age by 3 years. And that significantly decreased the amount of drunk driving incidents, in the US. By a lot. Of course, there were probably, like, kids who, in the northern parts of the US that could, drive all the way to drive into Canada to, drink alcohol there. There were definitely times they could do that. But that's mostly for those who were, able to do that. And, those who could go across the border, to do that. Like, me as a southerner, I can't really do that. I'm not really close to, like, any borders. Between countries. Between states, it's yes. But individual countries, no. So, because of that, I, that and, right now my, application for my, getting my passport is still going through right now. It's been like a few weeks since, I did that. But it is, something that hopefully I will eventually be able to do. Hopefully I will eventually be able to travel abroad. I mean, I probably plan on, like, going to Ireland with my mom. Because my mom has some friends in Ireland. So my mom kind of, like, has some established connections there. That, and the main reason why my mom plans on eventually going to Ireland is because we have ancestry there. And we kind of, my mom wants to, go to Ireland so that we can kind of, like, figure out, like, some parts of, our ancestry that we could really check you know, or like documents that were like some things we need to do in order to like do research for our ancestors are, you know, stuff we can't easily access as, you know, Americans. I know that for me, like, could we possibly use VPNs and stuff? Yeah, but, I don't know. Full. Guess I need to do a day or two of, you know, restauranting. Better just throw this away. So, yeah. I do, of course, need to get my passport before I'm able to, like, do any of that. But, of course, that, and I might not be able to stream at all when I, you know, am abroad. But I feel like the first place I might end up going is Canada, because one of my mom's high school friends lives there, like, kind of like an hour or so away from, you know, the Canadian part of Niagara Falls. Of course, I plan on researching, you know, gluten-free places in Canada that, you know, my mom could, you know, go to. Well, my mom and dad. Because both of them are gluten intolerant. I don't have enough money. But yeah. That's kind of like the main thing I plan on doing. Like, you know, like if I'm, you know, ever going abroad at all, the most feasible one is probably like Canada. Like, would I go to Japan if I could? Yes, but unfortunately, it's very hard to like get medications there. And I know, at least for me, yeah, you know, some of the medication I take, you know, like Adderall and stuff, is illegal in a lot of places. As it's, you know, considered a narcotic, I think. Basically, I think in a lot of places, the medication I take for my ADHD are considered hard drugs. And because of that, I, might need to, like, contact an embassy before I, you know, go abroad. So that I, you know, am able to bring over my medication in case I need it. OMG, it's small streamer was talking to a human bot for like an hour and was saying they're good at live 2D and modeling, etc. And you told her he got overwhelmed and ended? Oof. Oh god. That must have been embarrassing. Unfortunately, the bots are like becoming even more apparent. Even like Meta is like experimenting on adding like AI generated profiles and accounts, you know, on social media. And I'm just like, yikes. And also, that is really weird. Like, really, really weird. It's strange. That, and you know... Part of me feels like doing live TV right now. But I need to, you know, do Cuisineer first. I miss Cuibinur. But yeah. Something I might need to do as well is like, I mean, I already have this Live 2D model so that I can use as a reference. Maybe I could like just do some of the more advanced stuff that I don't know how to do off stream with, you know, video tutorial, and just do a lot of, you know, the live 2D stuff I already know how to do after I do some of this Cuisineer. Yeah, like, so that I know I am making progress. But yeah, it is something I need to do. Like, the next thing I have to do is the eyebrows and, you know, all of the V-Bridger stuff for my model, like the mouth X and stuff. Oops. Because I know, at least for me, and, you know, given that I'm, you know, starting my semester in like a month and a half, I probably need to start are working on a lot of my model. Like, I need to work on it. It's soon. Probably like try and somewhat complete it. Like, at least to a point where I know I don't have a lot to do. To like, all I need to do is like touch-ups. And, you know, that sort of stuff. So, yeah. That's kind of like the most I really need to do. Really. So, maybe like this week I'll try and complete the face for my model. I might need to set up an alarm to like work on my Live 2D model, you know, during the week. And for some of the stuff that, you know, it's not my Live 2D model, I can probably like try and balance some of that, you know, in between. You know, working on some of the stuff, like, when I'm done with, you know, making all of my Live 2D stuff for, like, one part of the body, I can work on something else. Like, for example, probably once I'm done with, you know, the face and the facial expressions, I can probably, like, work on, you know, the new overlay. You know, test it out. And then I can start working on all of the head tilts. And once I'm done with all those, I can, you know, go and, you know, work on one of my, probably my starting soon overlay. Then I can do some of the body X and Y. Like, probably start off with the chest, at the very least. Like, the upper torso. Go for, you know, X, Y, and Z. Then take a break. Take to do the panels for my streams and my about. And then, you know, the plan is to, like, do some of this stuff in parts. I probably also need to watch some of Hanakyu's videos on how she made her model. Because she has, like, a lot of experience with, you know, Live 2D. And I probably should consult her videos to, like, you know, check to see what I can do. You know, to like make my model look better. Because, you know, I know for me, I have a lot of ways to go before, you know, I can consider my model done. Like, I kind of just started on it, like, you know, this year, I think. Or, like, sometime during the last week of the year. And because of that, I probably need to spend a lot of time, you know, at the very least during this month and the entirety of this month and, you know, the first few weeks of the first half of next month, you know, like, working on my model and making sure everything looks good. Testing everything out in VTube Studio as well. Before eventually he's starting on all of my debut prep for the model. Like, a lot of the debut prep, like, the thing that's going to take the most time for me is going to be, you know, the model itself. Luckily, as I, you know, have previous experience with, you know, this model that I'm using right now, I know what I need to do and what I, you know, shouldn't do. So, yeah. Now that I, you know, am experienced a little bit in, you know, live 2D cubism, I can now do more stuff and probably do some of it quicker. I know, you know, for some of the advanced stuff, like, you know, some of the V-Bridger stuff that I can do, I need to, like, consult videos and tutorials and all that before I, you know, try to do any of it. Because, you know, I am still, like, kind of a beginner at Live 2D. And I know that, you know, for some of my emojis, I can also animate them in Live 2D. Which I'm probably going to be doing, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. Like, probably, you know, use Live 2D tutorials. I really need to do pendulums too. But yeah. Right now, my current plan is to try and at least complete the face before I, like, try to do anything with the head. And, you know, I just have a lot of things to do with my model. But I'm going to do it all one at a time. Or at least try to. do stuff, one at a time. Because I know for some things, since I want to try and do it, together. Like, all of my, V-Bridger stuff, I plan on, like, trying to do all of that, in one session. And I know some of my stuff is, blunt shapes. And because of that, that might be a little easier for me to do. I know for me, I plan on, at the very least, like, doing a lot of stuff. Some of this stuff, at the very least, while streaming. In fact, I might even do some of my Live 2D stuff tomorrow. Or later today. Like, after, I do all my Cuisineer stuff for today. Because tomorrow I am doing character concepting for, the second arc. Because there's going to be quite a few new characters. And there's some I have yet to develop. At all. Or, develop as much as I want to. And because of that, I'm probably going to do that. At the very least, try and do that for, like this chapter, like the arc I'm going to be writing next, and then at least, like, do it for the next 2 arcs I have to write, so that I kind of, like, have an easy reference point. Because I know, for me, I probably should try and at least develop the characters' identities and their personalities before I, like, start writing some of these chapters. That I, have an idea of who these characters are gonna be before, I, do the story. Where they all show up. So, yeah. That is definitely something I need to do. At the very least. I'm probably going to, like, start doing the document later tonight. Or, like, before I go live. Like, tomorrow. Because I want to at least have some of the character names down before I, start doing the character profiles. So that I am, able to at least have them have names. Like, give them an identity. Before, we're trying to insert them into the story. I might even do a few playthroughs of the characters. I like to figure out their personality, like their appearances, there's some characters who are already named, but don't have much of a personality yet. But that is, of course, something I need to do is, you know, give them personalities. That's something I need to do. I need to give them personalities. Probably like some sort of appearance as well. And just... I'll probably do that for like... you know, tomorrow, and then after that I can, you know, do a bit of Life 2D stuff. Like, you know, make sure all of my characters have names and some basis is for a personality. And then I can kind of get started on the next chapters, because then I'm going to have a basis of who the characters are and, you know, their role in the arcs, because I need to figure out how to write Lily's brother and sister-in-law, because they're going to be showing up too. And because of that, I probably need to, you know, figure out their personalities and stuff. Probably like some motivations too. That, and because part of it is, you know, for Fennel's arc, his arc kind of involves, like, you know, his siblings, like, some of his sisters and his brother. Because, you know, the second arc is basically like the proper tutorial arc, the tutorial chapter of when I make his story a game. That is, you know, what, you know, the first arc is meant to be in the game if I ever make this into a game in the future. It's like a relatively light investigation. I like to help, you know, the player figure out all the mechanics. And yeah. That's kind of like what it's gonna be. So, yeah. That's gonna be that's basically going to be the second arc of the story. And all the chapters that come after. It's basically just a glorified tutorial. Little basis for, you know, the game. I probably need to learn how to use RPG Maker. Also, apparently Asperite, hey, you know, allows you to make things set up, you know, as game sprites. So I might do that. I might buy Asperite. So that, you know, I can use it. It's for, you know, the story I'm writing. So that, you know, I can get some of the story done. And also probably like start doing some sprite work. Or like at the very least making the prototype for the game. So if I'm going to be perfectly honest, I'm probably going to do the prequel first. Because I plan on, you know, trying to have Patchoul's Revenge be as polished as I can make it as a beginner in game development. And because of that, I think I'm probably going to just make the prequel first so that I can get the hang of the software. And then I can, you know, move everything. I can, you know, be prepared for when I make Patchoul's Revenge. Because if I'm going to be honest, I'm probably just going to be making, you know, Lavender's Requiem, which is the prequel. Will just, you know, kind of like a walking simulator. Because that seems kind of easy to do. That, and I want to try and, you know, figure out the mechanics for Patchoul's Revenge using Lavender's Requiem. And, you know, I can use that to figure out what I can do to make Patchoul's Revenge as good as I possibly can. And make it. You know, as a beginner. So the code is probably gonna end up being bad. At the very least, subpar. Like, because I know for me, I want to try and at the very least make Lavender's Requiem somewhat decent. I'm probably going to end up like using some of the, you know, basic, you know, assets that I have for, you know, RPG Maker. And use those to make, you know, the game. And then probably like experiment with, you know, making my own textures and tile sets too. Because I know, at least, you know, as like someone who's never really done a lot of coding before, this is going to be very new to me. Like, really, really new to me. Especially since, you know, I might try my hand at, you know, making custom OSTs. And I say that, but it's very likely going to end up being, like, something along the lines of just finding a bunch of songs that are in the public domain and, like, sampling them to try and make something coherent and new. That, and, you know, I also have another software. I forgot what it's called. Let me go get out Steam since it's, you know, in there. It's called Game Maker. But I'm probably... I'm probably just going to try and get Asperite so that I can try and make, you know, some of my own, you know, assets for, you know, RPG Maker. Because even if I do somewhat of a sucky job, I can always, you know, make it again. Use the experience I gain. And, you know, apply it for when I make Patchley's Revenge and as a game. That, and I still need to do some storyboarding, you know, for, you know, all of the, you know, illustrations I plan on having for, you know, the novel. Since I've, you know, pretty much, I finished the first arc, I can probably, like, you know, start concepting and thumbnailing for, you know, all of the drawings and illustrations I'm going to use for that arc. So yeah, that is kind of the plan. Kind of just like when I probably need to also change some of the character designs so that they, you know, look a little better. You know, a little more cohesive in terms of design. And, you know, improve them. I might, like, do a whole stream just dedicated to redesigning some of the characters, too. So that I am, you know, able to make some of the characters look how I want them to look. And besides, I'm not, like, the biggest fan of Fennel's current design. And, you know, like, the current design I made for him, I feel like I could do better. Like, way, way better than I have done for him. Like, I need to kind of, like, start over or with him. I might keep his hair. I'm probably going to end up keeping the hair, since that, you know, I think looks good already. I just need to... Just his outfit and stuff. I need to remake it. I probably need to, like, grab references for, you know, what outfits he probably wears. Because I personally feel like he'd wear something that looks vaguely like business casual or something. Like he probably wears, you know, a lot of the sweaters for vests and stuff. No, things along those lines. And yeah. That is kind of like what I plan on doing. You know. Especially since, you know, I also need to design his siblings too. Because, you know, they're going to have sprites in the game, and, you know, I'm probably going to at least try and make it so that he and his siblings, you know, look alike and, you know, look related. Like, maybe I'll change his hair color to a more dirty blonde. Maybe I'll keep his hair color the same and just modify the hairstyle. Also, so that it matches better. Shit. Boing boing. Alright. Second phase. Back over here. Halfway through. You always keep hijacking my main weapon in special. God dang it. Alright, I'm almost done. Well, how ye? We is completa. So... ouuagh. And now we can reap our reward. Materials. Wood for the stove. But yeah. It's nearly been, 2 hours since I started. I'm probably gonna go take a break soon. So that, I can, correct my posture. And, all that jazz. And then I can probably, like, do a few days of just the restaurant. I think I'll keep the prawns here. So hold to Mimir. Alright, I'm going to do my intermission now. I shall see y'all in a little bit. I just need to walk around and stuff. And I'm back. Ibo din yan. So, it is time to do the restauranting. So that I can upgrade all of this. Actually, hold on. Let me go acquire all of the meat I have. Actually. And now, let us open the restaurante. And our first customer is Noble. How ye? There you go, sir. And for you, tempura. Mm-hmm. Alright. Caesar salad. There you go. Katsu. Ishikatsu time. Grilled beef. Landed voices. Boiger. And lunch rush. Alright, small child. You desire melted cheese. Alright. And for all. That's food set for you. Alright. Baked potato. Baked potato time. Alright. For you. And salad galore is for you. Alright. Fish head curry for you. Pippa-womby. And coconut milk. Burger. All right. Caramel and donburi. And bread. Lot of bread. And another. A lot of fast food sets being desired. The child desires the salad. And curry. And popia. Here you go. All right. What? Bibsy Bibsy. It's also busy. At least I'm trying to keep up. Despite all the busy. Shrimp. I shall make you your shrimp. Ah, shit. Dinner rush. Greater nobles. Hoo boy. Bingsu. Alright. Give me a moment to acquire the money! You're loud! I wish assistants were a thing in this game. Acquire your blended spices. I wonder why they have blended spices as like a thing. You know, like, is that something people actually eat, just straight up? Like, do people seriously just eat spices by themselves? If they do, that's really weird. Hey! Mm. Mm-hmm. Grilled beef. I just remembered yesterday's grilled cheese side quest. So for those who do not know, yesterday I was doing some drawing, and I don't remember who made the joke about me making one of my OCs making a grilled cheese sandwich, but I ended up just like taking 10 whole minutes to just draw my character Subi. He drawing like with a grilled cheese sandwich. It was honestly kind of funny. I forgot that the restaurant was closing. Womp womp. Oopsies. Gotta put that in for later. Oh man, I don't have enough wood. Oh man. I think I have enough crystal wood and concreto. Sunstone, petrified wood, wood I definitely need. And now we must conk out. So now I should have enough money to upgrade my boots to maximum. But if I don't have enough materials, I'm probably gonna have to, like, go back. Okay, I do. Just barely enough. Alright. Oh, yesterday was a cheese craving. I see. Let's see what you have. Ooh, more exquisite. But interesting. So, yeah. I'm probably gonna have to go and do all the prawn stuff. So, the last thing I need to upgrade is being upgraded. And I might need to, of course, work on, you know, other things. Like, I know that I definitely need more of the seafood, so I'm gonna be in here a lot. No. Acquiring all the materials I need. Because the next craving is going to be prawn. Which means I have to be in here a lot. No. Acquiring everything I need to acquire. Hold on. What was I gonna check again? But yeah. I definitely need to kind of like get more stuff from here. And then also the Mala Caverns, specifically for, you know, the Sunstone. For the upgrading of all of my, you know, cooking stations and my fridges. And right now, I'm kind of trying to categorize my fridges in the game by, like, ingredient type. Like, all the, So, all of the meats are in, along with the cheeses, and eggs are, you know, in one fridge. Then all the seafood is in another. One is just all the vegetables and flour and, you know, spices. And then the last one is the exotic fruit with the ice cubes and the sweet syrup. Like the sweet sap, I think. That is kind of like how I'm trying to categorize all the stuff. Because if you're running a restaurant, you probably have your seafood separate from your other meats and like all your other ingredients. You know, so the seafood smell does not impede on other smells. And especially with the ice, you usually need to like have that separate from all the other stuff because the, you know, smell and stuff will, you know, like the taste will end up in the ice and then it'll not taste as good. So yeah. The reason why I have my, you know, fridges the way they are. And for the ones in, you know, my, the bedroom, I get the personal fridges and stuff. It's kind of like mostly for like all the food that I don't really need or that I'm trying to save if there's like a craving coming up. Like, you know, the prawns. So yeah. Oops. Did I mean to do that? No, I did not. Indeed, I know. Oh, what? God dang it. Oh, wow. the prawns. Put them in the microwave. The microwave. Try and have like at least 200 prawn before the craving. I kind of like as the minimum. So that, you know, I'm able to, you know, fulfill all of the cravings. Oops. Yeah. I got a lot of things to do in the game. In the game. In the game. That and I need way more crabs. But yeah, that is kind of like what I need to do. I need just so many ingredients. Hmm. Alright. I gotta stretch my body. So that I am, you know, stretched. Cause you gotta stretch sometimes. I can probably dispose of some of that. Oops. I see. Hmm. But yeah. So probably within like the next half hour or so, I'm going to do another intermission so that I can, you know, recuperate. You know, from, you know, sitting for a while. Because my butt's starting to hurt. Oh. Mm. Alright. Oops. Alright. Oops. Just gotta get up. Alright, a little bit. And stretch. Mm. Oosh. Just gotta... I just had to do that since, you know, my butt was hurting a bit. I probably need to get, like, some sort of seat cushion. Because I'm, you know, here a lot. Like, I'm kind of, like, in my room very often. So I should probably at least, like, try and, like, make it a little more comfortable. I mean, I do have one, like, it's kind of shaped like a paw, and it's on my throne. But, yeah. Oops. It's probably just like loud things that I need to do. Although I probably need to get my tuition paid for. So that, you know, I can have that out of the way. And I can then, you know, set up, you know, an appointment or something so that I can, you know, get my ID. Like my student ID. Who that is. So, yeah. But yeah, once I, you know, have upgraded all of the stuff for, you know, the cooking arena, I might try to do it again, but I'm not sure. I probably need to go look up one of the guides for the cooking arena. So that, you know, I am prepared. You know, for everything. That could possibly happen, because for those of y'all who saw my first attempt, I did not do very well. And eventually I just quit. And, yeah. So hopefully this time, with, you know, the tenderizer that can do a little more damage, I hopefully will be able to do it more. Because you can't really bring any ingredients in. You kind of like have to go into like the part where the monsters are in order to like get all of the ingredients you need. Here we go. I mean, since, you know, I am kind of like a little more prepared now with, you know, the tenderizer, which should be able to do way more damage. I might be able to complete it. Like, hopefully by the end of the month. Of course, I have some stuff I need to do first. So, yeah. Once I kind of like do all of that though, oh, I will finally be able to like move on to another game. Maybe I'll do some Skyrim. I haven't done that in a while. Like, it's been a long time since I did like some Skyrim. Which I probably need to do it again. You know, get on with the main quest and stuff. And maybe like some of the side quests too. You know, like... just Skyrim. So, yeah. Another Skyrim stream is kind of overdue. So, I'll probably, like, do that after, you know, I finish Cuisineer. But then again, there's also some other, you know, possible games I want to stream too. I can probably, like, do them on Friday, you know. Like, after, like, a lot of the Ultimate Fridays I need to do, I still haven't done, because some of them are follower goals from, like, long ago. But, yeah. And for some of the games I've already completed, I'm probably going to try and like off-stream 100% them. Like, get all of the achievements I can and all the endings that I can. Because, you know, I have a lot of things I need to do. So, yeah. Once I am, you know, able to do all of that, I will, of course, do that. Probably gonna do that at all, you know, while I am, you know, during the period between, probably like over the summer, I think, is when I'll do that. Because, you know, there's like a lot of things I need doing. Just like a whole lot that I need to do. But yeah, that is like a thing I need to do. I just have so many things I need to do. Like, that this doesn't even include some of the things that I have, you know, like, that I have to do but haven't started on. And that increases my HP. So, I'm going to just grab all the prawns and, you know, put them away. Now, I should have plenty of stuff. So I'm going to open up the restaurant. Then I'll probably do an intermission. And again, so that, you know, I can recuperate. You know. Because I'm probably gonna end up being pretty exhausted soon. You know, probably nothing like yesterday where I was, you know, probably like still kind of recovering from the, you know, having my first 2 sips of alcohol for the first time. But probably like something. Yeah, I'm gonna try and go for 4 hours. And if not, I might, you know, I don't know. Just work on stuff. Oh, wait. Hold on, I'm gonna... Actually, I was going to consume with my butterscotch, but I have a bunch of my caramels that I still need to eat. So I shall do that one. Mm-hmm. But yeah. So... maybe like later today, you know, when I, you know, need to work more on my, you know, model, I might try and, like, join AVC so that I can, like, talk to people as I'm working on it. Because it's probably gonna be easier on me if I, you know, do it while I'm, you know, with people. So that, you know, I'm able to do it on, you know, within a reasonable amount of time. It is, you know, kind of like my plan. Will it work? Probably not. I don't know if it will. But it might. But it might. In fact, I might, like, change to art. Art after, you know, I fully upgraded all of my, you know, all of the equipment over here. My cooking stations. Like, once those are all upgraded, and I'm gonna, like, try and, you know, do some live 2D art. In fact, I probably should figure out what emotes I can do in live 2D as well. Like, what can I animate in live 2D? You know, for some of my animated emojis. I'm probably going to do the wave emoji in live 2D. Mostly to, like, test it out. Soup for the Meow. For the Meow. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, wait. Alright, acquiring the moonies. Escasang. Bayo. Mhm. But yeah. Like, I have a lot of things to do. I feel like I'm repeating the same things over and over again. Oh god. So, I have to mention that one of my classes is, you know, in person. Because of that, I kind of do need to get my ID. And because of that, I'll probably have to set up the appointment. I might not be able to stream the day I get my ID. Or if I do, it's gonna be late. And I plan on, like, doing that before the end of the month. That's ideally. But, yeah. Alright. This is your Caesar salad. And your laksa. Now I need to collect all my gosh darn payments. Alright. Get in line, y'all. Get in line. I am very, very busy. Pay at the till. And to wait for your foods. Alright, we are near closing. Gotta keep a good eye on the clock. Alright. That's for you. There we go. Alright. Egg for the child. Alright. I'm probably gonna have to do an intermission after this. Sorry, we're about to close. Apologies. Hey! Almost had a Dine and Dasher over there. Fuck you. So... One Mimir later? And now I'm going to go do my intermission. And I shall return in a few minutes. What, I'm back. I am ready for more content. For this is content. So... Oh, what? So, I need more wood and some stone. Along with petrified wood and regular stone. Which means I think I'm going to go back to the Mala Caverns. As you know, this is the place where you get sunstone. In fact, there was one over there. Oh, yeah. So, I'm mainly going to be focused on getting the materials, and once I'm at max capacity, I'm going to yeet myself back. So, yeah. That is the plan. Let's acquire all these materials. So that I can then upgrade all of my stuff. And maybe with the leftovers get more furniture. But yeah. Probably after I, upgrade the things I need to upgrade, I'm going to probably end stream. And that will be the objective for today's stream complete. And then I might do like some off-screen grinding. Where I'm kind of just like probably doing a lot of brewing. Maybe like trying to get some of the achievements that I haven't gotten yet. Because there's like a few I have remaining. I have a good chunk of them already done. But, of course, there's others that I need to do. That, and, you know, there's gonna be an update to the game later this month, so, I'm gonna be kind of busy. We're doing all that. But once I am, you know, done with it, I am, you know. So once I, you know, finish the main quest, I will... Oh, hey, Max! Hi! Magda just ran up. Girl? Hi! How's it going, girly? Hi! I'm just tapping her butt. Giving her some booty taps. You like it? Young. Magda really likes being in my room with me. It's the safe haven for the calicos. Yum. It is. Sometimes your little sister goes in here and lays on my bed. Yeah, she's right now just looking out the window, swishing her tail. She's probably gonna go on my chest later. Because she is very silly. She's offended that I called her silly. She just went, I am weaving. Thank you. That will call me silly. Even if it's 12. This is just horny behavior. Tomati. Tomati. Tomato. Tomato. The tomatoes are on fire. I am never fighting the silly allegations because it is true. I am a silly little creature. For it is natural to be silly. Honestly, I might be able to like do the achievement of like just doing no restaurant opening or, you know, going into the dungeons for like an in-game day pretty easily. If I just spend it doing a bunch of brewing. Or to try and, you know, get the best, you know, stats for, you know, all of my equipment. Now Maggie is just chilling in her whale bed. So she's very good and it's one of her favorite places to sleep. She's one of the cutest little things. Oh, wow. I don't have enough sunstone. Whoop-de-doo. I need way more than that. There's some over here. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. Bum ba bum bum bum. Bum ba bum 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 bum. Bum ba bum bum bum. Ouuagh. 나오고. Mm-hmm. Oh, now float away is what we must do. Where it is the next floor. Oh, explosion. Doop. 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 Oh, what? Oh, what? Now that's done. Alright, over 150 sunstone. Acquire. Yo. Oh, what? Double go. Mhm. So... ouuagh. Oops. Ba-da-bum. Oh, wait. Ouuagh. God damn it. Mhm. Mhm. Ouuagh. Now I can return. Mm. Mm. Hmm. All right. And now I don't have enough wood again. Pretty good, so I'm gonna keep that. Alright. So... I'm probably going to end stream, actually. I know it has not reached the 4-hour mark, but I'm probably going to... I'm kind of like losing a bit of my focus right now. So I probably need to like end stream, then recuperate, and probably going to like work on all of my stuff later. I'm going to try and at the very least do the eyebrows tonight for my 2.0. Maybe I'll do the eyebrows and also the V-Rouger mouth forms. And, you know, get some of my stuff done, like my tuition paid, and probably see when I can, you know, set up an appointment to get my student ID. I might need to like email the people at, you know, the staff at my school and see if, you know, I just need to do a walk-in or something to get my ID. Because, you know, I still need to do it, and it's probably good if I do it now in the semester that, you know, I have an in-person class than never. So, yeah. I'm going to be here tomorrow. We're going to be doing some writing and probably some Live 2D stuff as well. But I'll be seeing y'all tomorrow. Oh, bye y'all. I'll be here at 1 p.m. EST.